Hello there, Starth Paradigm. What you're looking at right now is pretty much my favorite saber. It used to be, it kind of still is, but it used to be a Manticore. Uh, you have to bear with me, I have to tell a little bit of a story. I know people aren't really too fond of stories all the time, but yeah, I bought this thing off of eBay and came with a V4 soundboard, and it was working fine. But then after a few weeks, I noticed that I had turned the lockup on and turn the lockup off, and the LED for the flash and clash would stay on. And I turned the saber off, and the LEDs would still be lit, and I could actually kind of see it through the window. And so I kind of took the batteries out, and I thought, I don't know what's going on here. I'll put the batteries in later and try it and see if this is just like some kind of weird anomaly that'll go away. So I put the batteries in, and I put them in correctly, and that's when the soundboard started smoking. That wasn't good. I removed the batteries as quickly as I could, but the board was sozzled at that point, and that was the end of that. And then I was thinking, I got myself a dead Manticore that I just paid a bunch of money for. How am I going to make good on this? So what I decided to do was I sent it to Adam at Blue Force Sabers, and this is what he did. He turned it into pretty much my favorite saber. Now, this is essentially, give or take, about 12 inches long. It has a different pommel on it, but I don't think that really affects the length of the hilt too much. It's been gutted. It has a Verso board in here with a Canon Jerris font, because I went with a Canon Jerris theme, specifically Caleb Doom, Canon Jerris' original name. And I call this saber Caleb's Sight. I really haven't come up with a backstory yet, but essentially the story is that at some point this gets passed down to his progeny. We'll just leave it at that. And somehow someone got a hold of the original kyber crystal and recreated a saber that kind of took on this form. And that's all I have so far. So other than the fact that it's been completely customized, it's been painted in multiple layers of green paint. It has a wonderful little wrap here. Switch has been swapped out with a similar switch, but a bit more functional switch. You can see, whoops, almost dropped the camera. He put little ringlets in here, kind of fleshed it out, did a bunch of weathering around the window, painted it all up, and as you can see, the pommel, it's not your usual low or high profile Manticore pommel. It's a MHS compatible pommel, kind of a Obi-Wan style. Without the little V-ring thing. That was my request. A little homage, a little ode to Obi-Wan and or Luke, what have you. Adam did some minor Dremel work. I had requested that this didn't have too much in the way of battle damage, but it did need to look worn. Now, when I unboxed this, I kind of showed off the chassis, so I'm not going to really show off the chassis here, but Adam actually does use a chassis. He 3D prints his own chassis with his logo on it. It's really cool. And he has his own kill keys. They're gold, and that's also really cool. It has a lithium-ion 18650 battery, so no more of those little tiny 1450 batteries that die after, sitting there for a few days. You remove this retention screw, and then you can remove the chassis, take out the pommel, remove the chassis. You can plug it in, recharge it that way, or you have access to the battery, you have access to the Verso board and the micro SD card in case I want to change out the font, which I do not. Currently, with the Verso board, the saber just has multicolored RGB, changing. It has a requisite amount of colors that you can kind of cycle through. They're all sort of built in to the board. I mean, you can change the RGB values and whatnot, but I don't find the need to do that. I sort of have this locked into the one color that you're going to see momentarily. It has clash sounds, saber on, saber off, and smooth swing. But there'll be an update coming out eventually to the Verso board by Sabers, and that'll allow for adding effects, and so you'll be able to do the requisite blaster block and lock up type effect, as well as others. So that's what's going on down at this end of the Saber. So there's much is improved. And we've got this weird little, I'm not exactly sure what this material is, but this is really cool and textured wrap, which is already starting to discolor a little bit. I know, ew, because I have not put this saber down since I've received it. Now, mind you, I've received 2 other sabers, and one of them was a Scion, but this is the saber I can't put down. It's perfectly balanced, ridiculously comfortable. I mean, I thought the Manticore was comfortable before, but this thing's just super balanced, and it's my go-to saber. I practice with this thing constantly. I absolutely love this thing, if it's not obvious to you. So you got some more Dremel work with minor battle damage. Interesting little novel nouveau feature. LED retention screw. Yes, on an Ultrasabers. Woo! Totally bizarre. And there's one thing everyone can agree on, and that's that the emitter, blade holder, and windows of the Manticore is truly special. It really is truly special. The windows are these are the best windows on any saber ever. You can argue that point with me, that's fine. Go ahead, do it. Do it in the comments. But I love these windows. Look at the weathering he did. Amazing. Blade retention screw and your requisite emitter on the Manticore. There's none other like it. It just kind of painted this silver, and in retrospect, I think I probably would have asked for an attempt at some kind of bluing or something like that, but I can live with it the way it is here. But I think bluing would have looked nice, but I didn't think of it. The other thing I would have done is perhaps added a D-ring. I think a D-ring would have been useful, because right now I don't have a cover tick wheel or a D-ring. So, but those can be added later, so I'm not going to fret too much about that. So that's the hilt. Let's turn on the soundboard. I'm going to get my camera right into the pommel, right into the heart of the action here, so you can hear Kanan and all of his glory, all the Freddie Prinze Jr. glory.
I am Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight.
See what I mean about the windows? The way the pommel's designed, the way the windows are designed, the light just kind of fills up the little spaces in here in a way that I just don't think that many other windows do. And the LED is right there. Where my finger is. The LED is right about there. You see this? It's like kind of a Corona, with the lights just extra poppy. Now I was gonna get a kind of a special super duper blade for this thing, but I put in just a regular old Ultrasabers mid-grade Ultra Edge, and I had cut this thing down from a 36 to a 32, and it's perfect. It's perfect balance, perfect weight, perfect light distribution. I have the saber pretty much permanently set to this light blue, this Arctic blue, because it suits me and the saber as far as I'm concerned. But let me show you the other colors through the windows. They're not. Come on. There it goes. The red is particularly fetching, as is the green. The Guardian blue is quite nice, but just doesn't seem to, I don't know, doesn't really I like the Arctic blue. And magenta. Sorry I haven't done this with all the colors, but purple. We've got kind of a blood orange, blood red, blood something orangish-ish. And back to my favorite color. And I love the hum. I love the smooth swing. And give you some clashes here. So I pretty much love everything about this saber. I love the modifications. I love the Manticore design, windows, paint, handle, pommel, verso boards, just delivering the goods. The brightness of the LED, smooth swing, clashes, everything about this thing is marvelous. So let's leave it at that. And that pretty much ends this review. So this is Caleb's site, what used to be a Manticore. So hope you enjoyed this review. And I'll put links to Blue Force Sabers, and if you want something similar to this done to your Ultrasabers or whatnot, go talk to Adam. He's wonderful. He's just an amazing artist. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe, comment, like or dislike, whatever's appropriate. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And until next time, take care now. May the force be with you all. Bye.